Word today that Bills Wall of Famer and Bills legend linebacker Mike Stratton passed away this morning, believed to be natural causes. Six-time AFL All-Star, two-time AFL champ, most famously known for the hit heard around the world, his hit on Keith Lincoln in the 1964 championship win over the San Diego Chargers at War Memorial Stadium. Mike Stratton was a really good guy. I had occasion to meet him a couple times. One of our staffers, Jeremy Kelly, spoke to his wife and said that Mike, his plan originally was to donate his brain to Boston University for CTE testing. He did not present any symptoms of CTA or signs of dementia, but he was interested in doing that nonetheless. His wife said she's not sure if that's going to happen because of the coronavirus, but we send our sympathies to his wife, and we send our regard to Mike Stratton. You ever meet him, Steve? He was a really good guy, really
sure.
down-to-earth guy.
Yeah,
and a really good
sure.
player, by the way.
Yeah, I met him. Obviously, he was long. I was long after his time in the league, but he was certainly around the. I might have been still playing while he was entered into the Wall of Fame, and it was. And of course, we've crossed paths since then as well. But certainly a great guy. Love talking to him, and I always think, like me and like so many guys who are alumnus of the team. It makes you feel good to come back and be remembered in some way, shape, or form, and certainly he was. And that hit he made was something that I think it was like, it was one of those moments like the comeback thing, like the comeback game, like the 51-3 game in my era. Certainly, it's like the Miami game and the Baltimore Ravens Cincinnati Bengals touchdown in the current era. It's one of those moments that everybody talks about, and for a generation back then, Mike Stratton's hit was one of those moments, and I think he relished it later in his life.
Yep. Mike Stratton was 78 years old, Tennessee native, played for the Tennessee Volunteers, played for the Bills for 11 seasons, finished his career one season with the San Diego Chargers. He played with Harry Jacobs and John Tracy, certainly one of the best linebacking crews in the old American Football League, and very notable crew. And that defense that he played on with the Bills in a league in the AFL where everybody was lighting up scoreboards and throwing the ball all over the yard, the Bills' defense was their calling card, and they were amazing. The front seven defensively, they held opposing teams without a 100-yard rusher for 17 consecutive games. Did not allow a rushing touchdown for 17 games. AFL champions 2 straight years. Mike Stratton was a really good guy. Met him a couple times. Living in Tennessee, he really, when he was good too, Stephen, our video crew will tell you this. They've done, over the last few years, they've done a couple of, Bills all-time greats and top 10 lists. Mike Stratton, one of the all-time greats in Bills history. And he was so cooperative with them. And he was so good and he's willing to be interviewed and was a great interview. Willing to talk about the hit heard around the world, the hit on the Chargers, Keith Lincoln. But there was much more to his career than just that one hit. He was part of a great defense. He was all AFL second-team player. That's how good he was. 10 years of the old American Football League, Mike Stratton was all AFL second team. Just a really good guy and a very, very good player. We're sorry to get that news today.
Yeah, and we had heard rumblings maybe in the months preceding this that he wasn't doing well, but it's no to sadness, and in a time, and plus it's a time when all of us are kind of dealing with problems community-wise. Here's one that I hope it doesn't go unnoticed by most people, by Bills fans, that they know that get a chance to maybe do something in remembrance of him. It was great. Mike was just a wonderful person.